Ahoy, folks, and welcome back to Broadside Gaming with me, Zug. So, yesterday they dropped a teaser for Nightmares and Visions for Darktide, and I thought we'd take a look at it and have a little chat about what's coming. Let's first of all take a look at the little clip they've given us. So let's jump in, shall we? Well, that tells us everything, doesn't it? Obviously, being pedantic. But yeah, Nightmares and Visions. It's the newest patch coming to Darktide, and hopefully it's going to breathe a little bit more life into the game. I know I've been quite down on Darktide recently, and it's not because it's not a good game. It's because the devs don't seem to give a rat's ass, to be honest. They have a horrible, horrible habit of going, yeah, we're going to do this, and then they go radio silent for 6 months, while they're quite obviously putting lots and lots of effort into other older games for some reason. And I know people use the excuse of, oh, that they're using Vermintide 2 as a testing grounds for Darktide content. My argument to this would be, why not use Darktide as a testing grounds for Darktide content? Add in time limited events and be like, oh, we're going to add this in for a limited amount of time and see what the player base thinks of it. If it's great, we'll keep it as a main feature. If it's not great, well, it was just an event and you got a few cosmetics for it. You know? But that's just me. I'm obviously mad. But let's see what they're saying about this. What can players look forward to for Nightmares and Visions as part of expanding content in Darktide? It's about time. We're introducing a new activity for players prepared by the enigmatic Sephony. Similar to Havoc, we've got a dev blog typed up to share with everyone. Okay, great. I look forward to reading that at some point. New game activity, Mortis Trials. Mash through waves of enemies and visions induced by the ship's Psyker. Each time you venture into Sephony's visions, you will be able to build new and exciting playstyles by selecting between abilities and buffs for the duration of the trial. Sounds a lot like Chaos Wastes that I've been saying they should add for the last, 18 months, 2 years. Yeah. By overcoming the Mortis Trials, players will unlock secret information on some characters present on the Morningstar. Well, maybe we shouldn't, Like Castle Drakenfeld, it's a private matter. For the last few updates, players might have noticed, we've noticed something, we always include an event to go out with the new Darktide update. Event is kind of a stretch of what they do. For Nightmare and Visions, we designed an event to celebrate the Mortis Trials, time-limited special event. Following the release of Nightmares and Visions, Darktide will be hosting a special event focusing on playing Mortis Trials. Okie dokie. We mentioned we'd be continuing to work on Havoc, and that's part of the work included in this update. The process includes going through a lot of player feedback for the first update to Havoc. The difficulty for Havoc has been upped, and we reassessed the ranking system, as the dev blog to outline the changes is on the way. Goody. Havoc mode gets a refresh. That's exactly what we've all been wanting. The end game experience, testing resolve of the most seasoned operatives search a new junction with improvements and new daunting challenges in the form of 4 new mutators. Since the update at the end of last year, we've heard it from the fans of the big guy. We've reworked the Ogryn talent tree. It's about goddamn time. In addition to tweaking a few of his weapons, give us more goddamn weapons. A preview deck blog has been put together to share off the planned changes. Like we did before the Unlocked and Loaded update, players can expect the preview deck blog to be shared at the end of this week. Good. This is a change I'm happy to see, because the Ogryn really does need a bit of love. Because apparently, Fat Shark hate Ogryn players. Not just their own player base, it's specifically Ogryn players. And more, the Ogryn class is getting his talent tree revamped, giving players more build opportunities. We will also be bringing a few balance changes as well as the general improvements made to the game. Balancing changes, that means they're going to make something a lot less fun. So keep your eyes out for that. To wrap up, Nightmare and Visions is our next major update, rolling out across all our platforms on March 25th, 2025. We've got more information to come and a devlog lined up. The Ogryn Talent Tree Rework blog is first this week. We're talking 37 pages of notes. That's a lot of notes. And we'll follow up with more blogs talking about the upcoming changes to Havoc and a proper introduction to the Mortis Trials. We're also working on some dev streams. We'll see you on the Morningstar, the Darktide team. So, this tells us very, very little, but it does tell us that they are still alive. That the Darktide dev team hasn't been secretly taken out, which is nice, because it has just been radio silence for months now. I'm looking forward to it. I know I'm taking shots at the game, but I am looking forward to this update. It does sound a lot more Chaos Wasty, which is always good. I did love the Chaos Wastes in Vermintide. It was a nice way of being able to play the game, but in a very different manner. So, same game, different way of playing it. Loved it. And I'm not saying that the work they're doing on Vermintide 2 is bad. Like, a lot of the things they've implemented are very, very fun. I just think they shouldn't be focusing all of their time and effort on a decade-old game where, as Darktide is quite obviously floundering at the moment, especially with the drop in players. Maybe they should, be a little bit more hands-on with it and a little bit more open. Because that's what anyone really wants. I'm not saying that we need to have content every other week. No, just a dedicated team telling us what's happening and what's going on. Yes, it's very lovely seeing all the art styles that they're playing with, but that isn't really sating the lust of the players to know perhaps maybe a roadmap. A roadmap's always nice. Like, yeah, the art style is lovely. I think they've done a very good job of making this game feel very 40k. But, again, it boils down to the fact that they just don't really talk to us about anything substantial. And not forgetting that they are a Swedish-based company, and Swedish summer holiday is rapidly approaching, where everyone disappears for 2 months. So I'm really hoping this isn't the only update we see this side of summer. Because if it is, it's going to be a long, long road between now and when they get back in September. Because that's what they did last year. So fingers crossed they're putting a bit more manpower into the development of Darktide, because I don't want it to fail. I love the game. I love the genre. I think the game's really pretty. The weapons work really well. Everything feels good about it. It's literally just the fact of it feels like the devs don't care. And maybe saying the devs don't care is wrong. Maybe it's not the devs. Maybe it is their social media team who aren't providing us with the information to keep us interested. Whereas I think I've been unfair saying the devs. Maybe it's not the devs. Maybe it is just their ability to share information that is woefully lacking. But anyway, if you're excited for Visions and Nightmares, Nightmares and Visions even, let us know down in the comments. And what you're most hopeful to see. Honestly, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to the Ogryn changes, and I hope you guys are too. So that is my little insight into Nightmares and Visions. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have, please do like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. It really does help us out. And I shall see you all next time. So until then, take it easy. I'll see you later.